What's up, everybody? This is Tom Maxwell from the band Hellyeah, and you are watching the Vinnie Langdon Show. Get it.
All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Vinnie Langdon Show, brand new episode 2015. And who do we have here?
It's Tom Maxwell from Hellyeah.
That's right, man. Good to see you.
Thank you. Nice to have you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, man. I met you at Aftershock Festival back in Sacramento, California.
Oh, yeah.
Good times, mingled
show.
Backstage real quick, and then you had to jump on, do your thing. But hey,
Yeah.
that's what happens, man.
It is. That was a fun show, actually. We don't get to play Sacramento very often. I don't know if we ever headlined here or not, but it was a great show.
There you go. First time for everything, right?
Amazing, yeah.
There you go. So for my viewers out there who are probably like, hell yeah, who is this band? Take us back. It was in the early 2000s, and you said, I want to form a super group.
Actually, it was kind of just me and Chad met back on Tattoo the Earth 2001 and became best friends. And you know, he was doing Mudvayne, I was in Nothing Face, and it was just two toxic personalities that just became friends. And we, always teased at the idea of recording and doing some music together. And fast forward a couple years, he actually came to my hometown in Baltimore, and we recorded a song that wound up being Waging War on our first record. And it just had that staying power that made us want to put a band together. And so he had some downtime, and we just kind of recruited Vinnie, which was a big score. And
You heard at first he was kind of skeptical, like, I don't know, and then you said, come on, man, come on.
Yeah, he was apprehensive, and our then bass player, Jerry, kept on hitting him up, and he eventually just was like, all right, man, come on down. So, and the rest is history. It really is, man.
Right. And you guys, for a long time, recorded at Vinnie's backyard studio for a long time, and then Blood for Blood, you said, hey, let's change it up a little bit, different atmosphere.
Yeah, I mean, I think we really needed to go outside the box, and we were a self-produced band, and granted, I think we did a pretty fine job at doing it, but it's hard to be a little analytical of your own stuff. You know what I mean? You're too close to it. So when the opportunity came for us to work with Kevin, none of us ever met him or anything. I mean, we knew what his body of work was, but it was that extra ingredient that we really needed to fine-tune the band and harness the things that we weren't harnessing. Right. And he did a fantastic job. In fact, I really don't want to work with any other guy. Yeah. Down the road, or for any, when it comes time to doing music and recording, that's the guy I want to go with.
And if it works out well, might as well stick with what you're used to, and what works, right?
The record came out exactly the way I envisioned. It was a process to make this record. We parted ways with a couple dudes, so it was Greg and Bob. So it was primarily left just to myself and Chad and Vinnie just to write it and do the whole record, and it came out fantastic. We're really happy front to back, every song. There's not one song that's a fast forward to the next one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
so
good. And when you put out something like that, and it's kind of like you're putting your name out there on the line as well, and you want to put something out there that you put all your effort into, and you guys approve it first, and then let the fans take it in.
I think we really needed to dig deep on this one. I really wanted to break that kind of stereotype people had us of this party rock band, which kind of put us in a corner. Like songs like Alcohol Has, Drink, Drank, Drunk, Hell of a Time. I mean, they're cool tunes, but personally for me, I don't have really any history with that kind of music. I'm a hardcore kid from Baltimore, and I want to play, real moody, emotional, heavy stuff, and more, relaxed, pulled back stuff, but retaining integrity and honesty. And I just didn't think that was the way that we should be going. So I looked at it as a blessing. They're like, all right, dude, you're gonna write all this music is going to fall on your lap. And I'm like, all right, well, this is where we're going.
Hell yeah, right? There you go.
Well, it came out, Blood for Blood came out great, and Moth is burning it up out there, and people are digging it, so it's good stuff.
Yeah. Now let's talk about this tour, headlining tour, and we got Like a Storm, Devour the Day, and being on this tour. You guys just started a couple days ago and getting
Very
ready.
Fresh. It's so fresh. We're still getting our stage legs on. We toured extensively last year without really much break at all, and when it came time to wrap up our fall tour with Five Finger and Volbeat, we were like, let's just take a little bit of a break. Not by choice. We really did want to tour, but I think management and everybody was like, stay out of the picture.
Keep the streak going, man.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah. So yeah, it's our first headlining tour in years, man. Like we do headlining shows and stuff, but we haven't went out and toured straight, just our tour. So
All out. There you go. Now, what is the feeling like? I mean, when you get off stage, of course you got the crowd, and you get backstage, and of course, your techs are like, okay, let's grab the guitars and get them off stage and do that, and you got that whole atmosphere. But emotionally, what's going through your head when you get off stage? You're like, you're blessed every night, going, yep, this is why I'm still living, and this is what I do, right?
Yeah, it's that for sure. And you kind of rewind everything that you just did. And things you might improve on or things that stand out. I really like to improvise on stage. Like going out there and doing the same thing every night can be kind of tedious. So it's cool to just break out some new variation of this or that or whatnot. But it's great, man. We come out and we all look at each other, and if there's something that goes wrong, we're human beings. You just it just happens. It shouldn't be perfect anyway. Like a lot of bands, they go out there and they have tape running and all that, and it's a perfect show. Yeah. But, Led Zeppelin didn't do that, neither did Pantera or all of our heroes, man. Right. So let's just go out there and crush it and be human and make mistakes.
There you go. Now, back in the early days of Hellyeah, you guys put out a little DVD for your fans out there, and is there any talks about, an upcoming one? You guys want to do something like that?
There is talk. I mean, I think if it's going to happen, we have so many hours of film and footage stuff. It's just a matter of...
Some of it you're like, this doesn't belong on a DVD, though.
Well, yeah, absolutely. But you're just talking about stuff 2 years ago, might not be where we are today mentally. So it's a matter of just weeding through it, and because we want it to be interesting. We want it to be... There's so many DVDs out there. So if you make it kind of cool and just different, I don't want it to be just the band. I want it to be our crew. I want it to be our fans. I want it to be live shows and backstage, having dinner or whatnot. Who knows? Just anything. But we're definitely talking about doing it. I think it's a matter of convincing our record label to do it. Actually, our live show we're doing right now, we're playing 7 or 8 songs off the new album. I mean, our set is heavily fueled by the new record.
And that's good to do, because a lot of your fans, they come out, the ones that have been following you guys for a while, want to hear those old tunes, but they do want to, say, hey, what have they been up to? They want to listen to some new stuff.
They do, yeah. I mean, there's songs that we just wouldn't play anymore. I mean, it's just, you get 4 records, it's a lot of catalog, but, the new album, there's a lot of new fans coming on board, so we want to give them, what they want, which is the new record, but you got to pull out some of those choice cuts from before, too.
Right. There you go. That's the way to do it. Well, Hellyeah, Blood for Blood tour, going to be going till about first week of March or so.
Yep, and then we'll take a short break and reconvene in April and do some radio shows and some headlining stuff, and then I think we're going to be pairing up with some other bands that I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about yet, but it'll be fun.
Just got to stay tuned, watch the Vinnie Langdon Show. You'll find out later this year, and
I'm gonna have to watch your show to find out what we're doing.
Right, you're gonna be like, hey guys, did you hear Vinnie announced our tour dates? No. That's the way to do it. There you go. So, your personal life, when you're not playing music, of course, you're probably picking up the guitar at least once a day or so. But on your time off, what do you personally enjoy doing? Are you the fishing type of guy, hanging out, watching sports?
Believe it or not,
Ravens.
Yeah, I'm big. Well, I live in Maryland, so I got a family back home, man. I'm a very dedicated family man, and I've got a son who's just growing up, and that's kind of like the pride and joy of my life. So. Yeah. When I'm away, it's hard, but he understands that I'm working and doing my thing. And when I get home, it's it's like being on tour. It's just nuts, you know. It's but that's what I do. I just sit home. I play guitar. I write a lot. You know, I'm constantly doing that, and you know, I live on the water, so there's a lot of water activity in my life when it's warm.
When it's warm.
Yeah.
Not right now in that East Coast snowstorm.
No. Well, we've actually been kind of missed all the bad stuff, but it's, you know, I'm pretty chill, man. I don't do that. It's not like I go out all the time. You know what I mean? I'm, you know, like Vinnie, he lives his lifestyle 24/7, and that's killer. But I just don't have that in me.
That's not the Tomcat man.
No. At one time, maybe, you know, but I've kind of like honed myself down quite a bit. Like I just want to just chill, man.
And growing up playing guitar, you know, was the guitar always your founding instrument?
God, every day of my life, man. I mean, it still is. You know, I literally have a guitar in every room of my house. You know, even in the bathroom, if I'm sitting down doing my business, I'm jamming. I'm jamming.
Taking a turn.
And that was shitty.
The shitty riff there.
Shitty riff.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's been my number one thing ever since I could remember. You know, I grew up in a musical family. My dad was a musician, and it's all I've ever known. You know, it's all I've ever wanted to do is play music, and I'm doing it, and it's awesome. They say if you love your job, you never really work a day in your life, and you live your dream and never wake up.
Exactly. Well, Tom here on the Vinnie Langdon Show. Great talking to you, man. I'm sure we could talk for days and stories, but hey, they got to go on stage soon. So Hellyeah, make sure you guys go check out their official website for tour dates, and make sure you guys go check out that album, Blood for Blood. And once again, Tom on the Vinnie Langdon Show. We'll see you guys next time on the road.